My name's Stro. Mr. I've seen more than that than you've seen in your life. My unpopular opinion, second unpopular opinion, is current state, Pep Guardiola is not top 3 managers in the world.
Not even top 3?
Not
Nope.
3.
How can you be top 3 when you lose more games than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? How?
In one season.
How?
You know what I would have said, though? I would have said that maybe I reckon Pep Guardiola is the only manager that hasn't improved any player. That's a good one as well.
Nah, you can't say that, man.
He's improved Sterling.
He hasn't.
Sterling, fam.
I don't think that Sterling's come of age. Sterling's got better.
Nah, bro.
Everyone knew the talent.
Nah.
Everyone knew the talent at Liverpool, man.
I thought Sterling's development, Pep Guardiola has awakened Sterling's killer instinct. Sterling had no killer instinct when he was at Liverpool. His end product was weak. He didn't know how to finish. Whenever he came in front of the goal, it's like he shit himself, and then just.
It's still like that now. It's still like that now. Sterling's conversion rate is mad.
He's getting over 15 goals a season every single season, bro. Like, somehow there has to be an improvement by the manager, bro. You have to give Pep more credit than that, fam. Come on, man.
The maddest thing is that's not even what Stro said. That's what Said came up with. What was Stro?
I know, but I get what he's on about, though. That's what I'm saying. I kind of agree what he's saying because I feel like
even with what Stro said, I don't know, man. Not top 3 in the world. Pep Guardiola, nope. I don't think so, man.
Nah, I'll tell you why, and I'll give you a reason why. What's the whole emphasis that we're basing Pep Guardiola as one of the top managers and one of the elite managers in the world? Because of what he's done at Barcelona, what he's done at Bayern Munich, and because of what he's done at City. Unlimited war chests, unlimited funds.
That's
Messi
good.
in the prime, Lewandowski in his prime, Germany. Bayern are the main team in Germany. How about you go to a Borussia Dortmund and you try and rebuild something? How about when you come to England, you come to a Liverpool where they've not won a league for 30 years with not that amount of funds, you try and rebuild something? You can't do that because he's not that kind of a manager. He never will be.
Just because of what we were talking about before, which is the whole Sterling factor. Because Man City, for me, are arguably one of the worst teams. Obviously, they're not a bad team, but out of the teams he's managed, are one of the worst ones where he's had to actually pull players up and make them better. So don't forget when he first came in, Raheem Sterling was missing chance after chance. He couldn't score for anything. All he could do was really assist. And then after a season, Pep Guardiola made Sterling this untouchable winger who was now bagging goals and assisting. So I feel like that's where you can say he is a good manager because he does help to make players better. So I don't know. That's what I throw back to your argument.
No, I get that. And don't get me wrong, I do think he has improved some players, but John Stones is the prime example. He was ready to be moulded into a perfect centre-back. He was a ball-playing centre-back. He had all the hype behind him. He had a great season at Everton. He then went to City and he completely fell apart because there was no real leadership, no real management. And now look at the state of him. He's a David Luiz 2.0. He's shocking.
Yo, David Luiz.
John Stones.
Oi.
No. John Stones, is Phil Jones with 20% more technique. There's not a solid defender inside John Stones. I don't even think he's the centre back. For me, John Stones is one of these players who's never put down his position. If anything, John Stones is a defensive midfielder. If anything, he's not got the responsibility to be a centre back. He's not got he's not switched on enough. But for me, the whole Pep thing, I see where you're trying to put this argument, and I'm not really down for it. How you? I seen your Dortmund and your Liverpool. No. One good year from Klopp don't make Pep that bad. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No. It's nothing to do with
You had me until the Klopp thing. No. I seen it, bro. That's where you biased it. You had it because you said...
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Said, try to do something at Dortmund and then come to Liverpool.
No, it's
not.
You
don't need to go.
No,
Why would he go to Liverpool? Check this. All right, then. It's like saying now, is Klopp gonna go and get a job at a lesser team now after he leaves Hughes? No.
Bills.
Go for the jobs now. That's it.
You're completely misunderstanding that. No, you took it and span it in a direction you thought it was going in. That's not the point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make was every single club that he's gone to have got unlimited war funds, unlimited chests, world-class players there. He's not gone to, for example, forget Liverpool, he's not gone to an Arsenal to rebuild. He's not gone to a Lazio to rebuild. He's not gone... No, but that's what I'm saying. So how can we judge him as one of the top 3 managers in the world when he's not really shown he's a top manager in the world, because he's not gone to a team where they've had to rebuild and you've had to show what kind of a manager you are. He's had players at his abundance. Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Eto'o in his prime. He's then gone to Bayern, Lewandowski, Xavi Alonso, players of that ilk, Hummels. Like, what are we talking about? Like, go to an Arsenal, go to a Manchester United at this stage where they're in a rebuild.
You know what it is?
Why does he not need to?
You don't need to, because he's already commanded that high status through what he's done. Do you get what I'm saying?
But
you don't go back down to the bottom. Why? That's like saying now. All right, then that's like saying now. Salah go play for Atalanta. You've done it at a big club. Go play for Atalanta. No, he's gonna go to. If he goes anywhere from you, he'll go to Real Madrid. He'll go to Barcelona. Once you get to a certain level, if you want to drop down, that's up to you. But you don't have to drop down to prove nothing. Pep is. Don't get me wrong. I've been Pep's biggest critic. You get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, he commands going to these teams, to these big teams, because what he's done, that's his rep. You don't get to be Man City manager, Bayern Munich manager, Barcelona manager off the back of anything other than your credentials. You get what I'm saying? You have to understand. He might have had a Messi, but he had a Messi and he did something else with Messi. We're clouding. We can't let this 1 year with City cloud what Pep's done. If we're being totally honest, Pep changed football. Pep has changed football into what it is today. Every successful manager right now has a little bit of Pep, whether it's a little sprinkle of Pep about their team. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's the try little tiki-taka, they might not have the place for it. They've all tried it. Do you know what I'm saying?
But where did that come from?
Before Pep had them small midfielders, man didn't have no small midfielders, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man didn't have no 5'7" midfielders, bro. You get what I'm saying?
That's one thing I got.
That's had to be big.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to give Pep credit for, is in the manner in which he came in and won the Premier League. Like at City, the way he'd done it, because that's never been done before. Arsenal tried to do it, but even Arsenal teams had more powerhouses. He literally came in and won the Premier League with no power. And that's I didn't think it could be done.
And also, what I want to say about Pep is as well. I also think he deserves a lot of credit, because remember when he took over at Barcelona? Yes, he had all these players. He had a Xavi, Iniesta. He had Eto'o. But let's remember, when he came in a dressing room where he could, remember, he was a nobody when he came in. He just finished coaching at Barcelona B. He was known at the club because he was an ex-player and whatnot. Yes. But let's not forget, this guy came into the dressing room and went, Ronaldinho out. Can you imagine saying to the best player in the world at that time, the best player on the planet, I don't want you, I want you out. And everyone was like, without Ronaldinho, he's not going to do nothing, he's going to fail. I remember at the time, Barcelona was not doing well, which is why they sacked Frank Rijkaard in the first place, because they weren't doing well. They were behind Real Madrid. Real Madrid had won the league at that time. They were losing against poor sides, very, very poor sides, because they were so reliant on Ronaldinho to make that magic happen. So he came in, got rid of Ronaldinho, promoted Busquets, and formulated a system that was incredible at the time. It was unseen. Nobody had seen that before. And obviously promoted Thiago Alcantara as well and stuff like that. So I think I'm giving Pep a lot of credit, because he came into a side that was disjointed. The dressing room was in disarray. There was a few arguments between the players, because I've seen a lot of interviews about that. He came in and completely transformed the dressing. Samuel Eto'o scored something like 50 goals that season, bro. That's ridiculous. That's knowing that Messi was the main man, and you still have a Samuel Eto'o that can score you 40 goals, 50 goals a season. Come on, man. That's crazy.
If it worked for Pep, all that success what Spain had doesn't happen, bro.
It doesn't happen, bro.
How deep it is. That's how deep it is. Spain don't win the World Cup. They don't win them Euros. They don't go on that run.
Wow, that deep.
Yeah, it's
No.
because
hold.
No. One sec. Let me.
Oi!
Ramos.
I can't say by now.
No. 1 sec. Ramos and them man ain't winning you no World Cup. That midfield, that Barcelona way midfield, won them that World Cup. Then you add in Silvers and the David Villa. You get what I'm saying? Who was Barcelona at the time? You get me? That is down. or everyone else added a little something in. But that was basically Spain playing like Barcelona, bro.
No.
No. They weren't playing like Real Madrid. Spain were playing like Barcelona. Let's get it right. Before Pep did, Spain weren't doing that. Let's be honest.
You're missing the key point. You're missing the biggest point to that, though. You are, because you're missing the biggest point. Pep Guardiola doesn't play like that without Marcelo Bielsa. That's Marcelo Bielsa.
You didn't say that. You didn't say that. Hey, whoa. You didn't say that. So how can I miss it if you didn't say that?
Right, can I just comment on this point?
You didn't say that, bro.
You had the conversation a few times. You had the conversation a third.
No, I'm talking here now, bro.
Can I just comment to this point, please? Can we just listen? Can I just take you all to class? Class in session. Class in session.
Do you know the opinion, by the way? Do you know the unpopular opinion, by the way? What you said?
Listen, class in session. Class in session. Okay. Pep Guardiola is a mixture of things. Pep Guardiola does not just turn up on his own. The phenomenon Pep Guardiola is the Johan Cruyff style. It's the academy and the academy of Barcelona turning out ball-playing footballers. But then even that Johan Cruyff is not the Dutch. The Dutch took it after the Brazilians. This total football, Latin American influence football. The idea of the fullbacks playing as wingers, that comes from Brazil. Mixing Dutch-style football, mixing Brazil-style football, and possession game is what became the Pep Guardiola phenomenon. Pep Guardiola, on the terms of things, I agree with Stro. He is a fraud in terms of Fraudiola comes from. No, let me finish. In terms of that, he has to have particular players to be able to fit into his system. If those players don't fit into his system, you get headed out. Yeah. That's why Man City have got rid of 31 players in Pep's reign. 31 or 32 players. It's all there. The genius about Pep Guardiola is that once he likes an ability or he can see aspects of your game, he takes you to the next level. Sterling leaves Liverpool, goes to the next. Sané is a potential. Sané is talented. He is a very good player. He did bits when he's at, the Bernabeu, playing for Schalke against Real Madrid, turning people. He takes them to the next level. But if he doesn't agree, and this is where Pep is a bit where I go, you know what? There must be something to the Fraudiola aspect of it, is that other managers, in terms of if they don't like the player, they will still find a way. Now, Fergie is the dons of all dons. Fergie, sometimes you think, these players are not the way Fergie wants to play. Fergie somehow controls them, gets them to play the way he wants them to play, and to fight for the way he wants them to fight. There's certain players, there are things that Samuel Eto'o said, Errol will back me up on this. And the things that they say about Pep Guardiola, man, is like, yo, the guy he's nasty actually as a human being, man. The way, things that he did to Samuel Eto'o, some of the players, like, obviously, Zlatan was peak Zlatan when Zlatan went there. If you don't fit or don't see the football in the way he sees it, he is. So I understand. Pep Guardiola is the package. He went to Bayern Munich. He thought he can bring about something, this total football and this and that. He got slapped, mate. An aggregate, was it 8-0 or whatever it was when they got slapped?
By Real Madrid.
That's what I'm saying to you. So there are certain things about his style that is genius. But there's other aspects of his style that isn't. He's got one of the worst records, even that peak Barcelona team in Champions
League. Away record.
One of the worst away records, right? So, to me, it's a very complicated thing. And Pep Guardiola did not do it on his own. Now, Spain, I'm going to take you back to Spain. Spain on the 21s, Spain on the 18s, before Spain won the World Cup. These teams were slapping people already. These players, before even Pep Guardiola came into Barcelona, were super talented. They were already winning things. They were already being touted with some of the best players. Pep Guardiola, with this Pep Guardiola ball, has turned it into this possession football. But I'm a football fan, and I love the beauty of football, right? How many of you are deeply honest with yourselves and just watch the game? Because when you watch a game, it's a competition. When you watch football, it's two teams competing against each other. How many times have you watched Pep Guardiola's team just keep the ball, the other team just sit back and do nothing? How much of a football fan is that boring? Is that just absolutely boring and messy?
I get what you're saying. I've seen that in the Premier League. That's happened with
so I don't. I knew. I never bought onto this, Pep can never do it in England because people in England think, oh, Premier League, you can't do it. They still say about Messi, but can he do it on a Tuesday night in Stoke? Yes, Messi could do it in a Tuesday night and give you 6, mate, and you and Stoke, mate. Give you all, send you all to the shops in Stoke, even the fans to the shops. But to me, you have to adapt to the English football and then find a way to play. So he is for me, because if you look at the most successful managers ever, yes, he is. And also another thing that people, Aaron, just to say, he wasn't just an ordinary player. Pep Guardiola was technically gifted midfield player, man. Trust me. I was one of those lucky ones to actually watch him live at Old Trafford. United drew 2-2 with Barcelona, and he scored in that. He scored in that game. So, and actually to meet him as well, I met him in person. He came into my work, the place where I used to work, and he's actually quite humble and really nice as a human being. In that sense, I've never played for him. I don't know. All I know that it's a mixture of things from players, what they say about him.